So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Annie and welcome to Midnight Talks with Annie. I know today the setup is a little bit more bright, but I just wanted to have a little brighter setup today. I wanted it to be a little bit serious topic, and also I got ready, like really ready today to talk about it. Like I did my makeup and everything. So anyways, today's topic is very serious. It's about how to navigate our emotions and feelings when we have to do a task but we don't feel like it. But since this task is maybe very important for you in the long run or even in the short term, we must do the task. So that's why I'm going to tell you how to navigate your feelings and emotions while doing it. So basically, I've divided into like 4 points, and the first point would be if you are feeling any emotion. Suppose I'll give you an example. Suppose I want to study or I have to study for 2 hours in a day, suppose, but some days there are so many feelings, so much thoughts in my head that even that 2 hours doing those 2 hours of study is a lot. It feels like a lot. So I just sit with myself for a few minutes, try to understand what emotion that I'm feeling right now. It can be frustration, it can be maybe like a fear or something, or procrastination. It can be like any, like multiple range of feelings. But what we can do in this moment is that really understand what the feeling is, and if possible try to understand or find out the root cause of the feeling. Suppose you you have to work out for 1 hour, but you don't feel like going to the gym, and you're just like feeling lazy. I'm like, oh, might as well just watch some series or just lie on my couch, or I just sleep. I just want to sleep. I don't want to go to the gym or like dance class or any other class. Like I just want to sleep. This is like the feeling I'm having right now. But as as the feeling is coming up, there is also a thought that is coming up in the back of my mind, is that going to the gym or going for a walk or run or going to the dance class or yoga class or martial arts class, whatever class you go for being physically active, that class is so much more beneficial for me in the long run, and is making me more healthy mentally, emotionally, physically. So that is actually the fact, right? Like that is the fact that going to the gym or doing some physical activity will benefit you in the long run and even today. So that is the fact. And our feeling in this point, or my feeling in this point, is that I want to rather sleep, or I want to like lay on my couch and watch some series on Netflix or just any other platform. That is my feeling. So I'm gonna like acknowledge both my facts and my feelings, that this feeling is actually not very positive for me in the long run. But I'm gonna acknowledge it. I'm gonna be like, okay, I acknowledge you that this is what you want to do. But then again, like going to the gym or going for a walk is beneficial for me and is going to make me more healthy. So I just observe both of them, and I'm like, both of you, I just let them both go. Like, I just let them both go. And then I tell myself that, you know what, I took my time just acknowledging my feeling and also the fact, and now I'm going to do what is actually good for me, because I want the best for me, right? So I'm still going to do and go to the gym or go for a walk, and I'm still going to study if I don't want to study, and I'm still going to write the presentation because that is what is good for me. I would say there are like sub points, which is first would be to acknowledge your feeling, what you feel like doing, instead of doing the particular task. And then I just accept the fact as well, that the fact is that going to the gym or studying for 2 hours is more beneficial for me compared to lying on the bed or just watching Netflix. So that is a fact, right? I acknowledge the feeling, I accept the fact, and I sit with the feeling. I give some time to my feeling that, okay, I understand this is what you want to do, but like the fourth point would be let both of them go. Like just let both of them go. And what you have at the end of it is like, you still want the best for yourself, right? So you would still have to do what is beneficial for you. So that is how I trick myself um into doing something even when I don't want to do. Second point is how to enjoy the task while doing it. So how I trick myself is that, suppose, like, let's take the same example of, like, I have to study for 2 hours, or I have to go to the gym, like maybe for 1 hour, or I just need to be physically active. But let's take the example of studying for 2 hours, but right now I don't feel like doing it, but I tell myself, okay, Aniruddha, let's just do like 5 minutes of study. You don't have to do much, just do like 5 minutes, okay? So I would study for 5 minutes, I would watch some lecture videos, or like I just read some notes, and literally I just do it for 5 minutes, okay? And I'm like, since now I already did for 5 minutes, I would tell myself, okay, you can go a little further since you're already doing it, might as well do a little more. So I would push myself to do another 25 minutes, and then by the end of 25 minutes, it's already like 30 minutes that I have studied. So analyze this moment and think that, okay, I didn't want it to study at all. It would have been 0 minutes of studying. But I pushed myself, I tricked myself into doing some studying, and now I have done like 30 minutes of studying. So, um, so isn't that like 30 minutes? So isn't that like already you have accomplished something, and you're like happy that you didn't want it to do at all, but you still have done 30 minutes, and that would give me the kick to go another 25 minutes, and then that's how I like keep on like tricking myself into doing more of the task that I have to do. So it can go same for like working out as well. Sometimes I don't feel like going to the gym, but I would like tell myself, okay, Anila, just get your outfit ready, just wear it. Like get your gym outfits and wear it. And then I would be like, oh, I look good in my gym outfit. You know what? Since I already got ready, let's just go. And then I would go to the gym, and I'll tell myself, like while going to the gym, that I would do like just 15 minutes of cardio on the treadmill. I wouldn't do like much. And then I do the 15 minutes, and I do a little more of like maybe cycling, or just do some body weight exercises, and it's already like 30 minutes of working out. So it's still like, instead of zero workout, it's still like 30 minutes of workout. Instead of like 0 hours of studying, it's still 30 minutes. And from there on, like since you have already done like 25 to 30 minutes, you can push yourself and keep on giving yourself like the encouragement to go a little further again. And that is how I literally trick myself. And at the end of the day, right, like if you think that, okay, I couldn't really meet my goals of doing 2 hours of studying or 1 hour of gym, you have still done the 30 minutes. It's still better than 0 minutes, right? So I think that itself like keeps me motivated and encouraged to keep walking that path of progress, and I feel like better after that. So that was the second point, that just do at least 5 minutes of the task, and then try to like go on from there, from after the 5 minutes. And now we'll go to the third point, is how to build a habit. So again, we'll start with examples. Is suppose I want to wake up at 6 a.m. and I have been waking up at 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. even, but I want to wake up at 6 a.m. This is literally my real life example. This is what I feel like. I struggle sometimes to wake up early, and this is how I actually push myself to wake up early. I would tell that, Annie, like, you don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, but try to wake up before 8 a.m. Like, that's it. Like, that is your task. That for tomorrow, wake up before 8 a.m., even if you can't wake up at 6 a.m. So I would do this like for maybe 3-4 days, that I would wake up like before 8 a.m. And that itself would be like success for me, that I woke up before 8 a.m. I used to wake up at 11 a.m. It's still better, like comparatively, like, So 8 a.m. is still better than 11 a.m. And that is how I would feel the encouragement that, okay, Annie, like this week you have woken up before 8 a.m. It can be like 6:30, it can be 7:30 or 7:45, but it has to be before 8 a.m. You have to wake up before 8 a.m. That is like your deadline, And every time I would wake up, I would feel like more encouraged and feel more motivated to wake up even earlier. And by the end of the week, by the next week, I eventually like start getting up at 6 a.m. So, this is how I kind of like motivate like my inner child, that, it's okay if you don't meet up your exact goal, but if you go at least a little further than zero, or if you do at least a little percentage of what you wanted to do, it's still so much more progress than having like zero progress. Like walking slow is still better than like no walking. So that is how I would do. And then I would give like few more examples under building how to build a habit. But another example would be, suppose you want to eat healthy and you have been eating like junk food. This was me basically in 2016. This is like a real life like experience example I had, that in 2016, like I had so many exams in my university, and I kept on like having like I kept on delaying. I used to have so many exams in university that I didn't have enough time to cook meals for myself, and also I was lazy. And what I would do, I would eat from outside, okay? And I started having like health issues because of that. Because if you're eating outside like street food every single day, it's gonna show up in your like skin. It's gonna show up in your body, like, and it's so unhealthy from inside, Like, and I like was having like health issues because of that. And then what I did was like in 2017, I just flipped, like totally flipped it. It's not in one day. What I did was to eat healthy, I would just stop. First thing I did was stop eating like sugary food, like cookies, like sweets, anything sugary. I stopped. Like that was my first step. Then secondly, instead of drinking like sodas, like carbonated juice, or like Fanta, Pepsi, and all of that, like instead of drinking that, I would just drink water or green tea. Like that was my switch. Like first thing was no sugar, then no like sodas or carbonated drinks, and then I would switch those carbonated drinks to water or green tea. So this itself like detox so much like junk from my body, like no like sugary food, no external like processed sugar was entering my body, so it was already like detoxing a lot. And then over time what I did was add a fruit, like one fruit per day. Like at least I would just eat one fruit in a day. So it can be like one apple, one banana, one orange, like just that's it. Like at least do that much. So I'm already drinking green tea at this point. I'm already having one fruit at a time. And also I slowly what I did, I started eating like more boiled food, like boiled chicken, like boiled like chicken soup and stuff like that. So it took me like few months, but this really helped me to change it like slowly over time. It didn't overwhelm me that, oh my god, in one day I have to stop eating like sweets and big biscuits or cookies. I have to stop eating was it like sodas. Like it wasn't in one day, it was like a slow process. And but that slow process really helped me. So I did remove the toxic food or toxic junk food first, and then I incorporated more healthier options instead of that. Like it's like a slow process of switching the bad unhealthy food to a good healthy option. Sometimes I would feel like um oh my god, I still have acne, like even though I'm like eating well, even though I am drinking like green tea and water, like I was still having like very like kind of like big acne, which was like due to the hormonal changes, due to the hormonal imbalance, and like the unhealthy food I was eating. So um I felt like it was not going so fast. It's not one day process, 1 week process. It will take months because you have fed yourself unhealthy food for months, right? So you have to feed yourself healthy food as well for months and even more to see the results. So you have to be patient. You have to be resilient to really get out of that problem. And yeah, but over time, like in a year, like and also I remember I started drinking like more lemon juice. Like I would just have one lemon, like one half lemon, like lemon water. I would just drink every single day. And over time, like in 1 year, 1.5 year, like all the cystic acne like started going. My skin started clearing up. Like my weight was much much better. My overall felt more energetic, and it changed so many. Like it helped me to heal so many of my like minor health issues that I was seeing when I was eating those junk food. So I would say like do it slowly. So switch your sodas into water or green tea, and stop eating like outside processed food or sugary food and stuff, and just eat one fruit a day, one vegetable a day. In that way you wouldn't really get overwhelmed, but it will be like a small steps, but in the long run it will, like imagine like in 4 or 5 years, you if you are following that um, path, like you will have such a healthier diet, right? So yeah, that is what I would say. And now going to the fourth point is, how can you learn like something new when you already have a hectic schedule? So how I would do that, like I think is if I want to learn something new, I want to incorporate like a new skill in my already jam-packed schedule, is that I would just give like 5 minutes of my day, like just 5 minutes. Suppose like basically I learn different languages. So ever since like younger age, I started learning, like I already know English, Hindi, Assamese, my mother tongue, and I learned French in my school like for 3 years, but I don't remember it very well now. And then I started learning Russian, so I'm kind of like intermediately fluent in Russian, and I practice Russian now, and I'm also learning German and Swedish, like from different apps or like some PDF files I get online. So I would just do it for like 5 minutes a day, like just 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of your day, looking at maybe the words, the alphabets, like mini sentences, and really practice it. Just 5 minutes, like not much. But if you see, right, like in 1 year, it's like those 5 minutes add up. Like if you multiply 5 minutes to like 365 days, it adds up to be like so many minutes. And that is how you really train your mind to learn something new without overwhelming it. And I have been learning new languages in an app, Duolingo. Like, it's my favorite app, and literally it's my, like, I think I have about 800-day streak in Duolingo. Like, I use Duolingo every single day. I love that app, and it is something that I have been using for more than 2 years, and even before, but the streak has been going on since 2 years or so. So these are the things, right? Like, it's like 5 minutes, but it adds up. So, like, I would, so yeah, literally Duolingo is like my favorite app. This, like, not even sponsored. Like, if Duolingo sponsored me someday, I'm gonna like talk about Duolingo and my entire history with Duolingo. It's yeah, I absolutely love it. So I'm saying that it's just 5 minutes a day. You wouldn't actually feel that much of difference, but in the long run, it's changing your brain chemistry, and you're making new neuronal connections that you're not even aware of, but you're doing it. So that is how I would do the fourth point about learning something new. So the fifth point would be how to master a skill. And it all ties up, right? Like, from the beginning, I have been saying that how to navigate your feelings while doing a task, even when you don't feel like it. Second point was do it for like 5 minutes. Third point is how to build a new habit. The fourth point is learn something new. And the fifth point is how to master those skills that you just have incorporated in your life. So if you know me from a younger age, or if you know me like from real life, I think you might know that I have so many different passions. Ever since I was young, I used to love painting, and it is something I learned myself. Even though I feel like I was gifted, like, it was a talent I got and inherited from my father. Like, he is a very multi-talented person, so I inherited the talent of painting from him. But I polished it myself. Like, I used to work on it, and really try to master it. And then also, I love dance, something I love dancing, and it's also a talent I inherited from my mother. And I give my time to both painting and dancing to master it over time, not in like one day, but over time. And during my medical university, I joined like gymnastics and dance class, and they would have like the stretching routines, like various splits, exercises. As you can see on my shorts in YouTube, that I do various like standing, middle, side splits, and everything. And I even joined modeling during my university years, medical university years. And this is like a lot of passions, right? Like, from painting to dancing to gymnastics to modeling and so on. And how did I actually manage it all? Is that I would give myself like dedicated time to work on these skill set every single day. So it's just like, it can be like like maybe 15 minutes, it can be 30 minutes, it can be 1 hour a day to just doing that particular activity. It can be like once a week, it can be like once in 3 days. It all depends upon your schedule. So what I would do is I would just give, like, I would go to dance class 2 times a week. I would go to dance and gymnastic class like 2 times a week. So those 1 hours were like fixed for physical activity and like mastering my gymnastic skills. And then again, on weekends, I would just make painting for like half an hour to 1 hour. It was just fixed. Like, 1 hour was fixed to do any skill that I want to, and any skill that I want to polish and master. So I would, on weekends, like, I would cancel, like, I would keep the weekends free. And no matter what, you have to do it if you want to master it. And some days it can be like on the weekend, some day maybe I'm just painting, some days I am working on my modeling poses, some day I am doing dance. So it can rotate, but the fixed time that you have allotted for that particular skill is always there. Like, it has to be like fixed out of your schedule. And I want to show you my paintings. In the very hectic medical school, I made all these paintings that unfortunately I have laminated. I don't know what I was thinking, but I made this like lungs and the spinal cord into 3 different sides. So yeah, so I did it, and you can see more of my artworks in my Instagram account if you want to check it out. Here it is. And I want to say something very important right now. Whenever you are on the path of mastering a skill, never be ashamed of being a beginner. Like, every master was once a beginner. We are not born in this world being skillful we are not born as masters of any single or any skill at all. We learn. You learn to walk, you learn to run, you learn to swim. I don't know how to swim, but I have to learn it, right? And you learn to talk, you learn to write, you learn to express yourselves. It's all a process. And you should never be afraid or never be ashamed of being a beginner in any skill. Like, never be ashamed. And I have this mindset. That's why I can push myself to learn new things, and I don't feel ashamed even if I don't know one thing about it. The other day, right, I went to Bharatanatyam class as an adult. There were just like children who are like 5, 6, 10 years. The eldest student was maybe 14 or 15 years, and I was the only adult there. Like, I didn't feel ashamed. Like, I was happy to like learn like few things. It's just I stopped it for now. I paused it because it wasn't aligning with my time. And but I loved it. I loved it. I didn't feel like ashamed at all. And it was a new experience for me. And also another thing I want to mention is, when you pursue your goal, when you pursue mastery of any skill, there will be sacrifices that will be needed. There will be sacrifices that you will need to make, and that is literally the cost. And you will want to, sorry, it can be hard, it can be difficult, because a lot of people in this world do not understand devotion to any task, like devotion to your passion, devotion to your work, devotion to your growth. They don't understand it. But when you have like when you are so focused, and you have to have tunnel vision for your goals and the skill set that you want to master. You have to have tunnel vision. And when you have these things, you will need to cancel weekend plans. You will need to cancel out like some friends gathering, maybe family gatherings that you might have gone if you didn't wanted to pursue your goals and your skills. But this is literally something you have to do. Also, sometimes you will not feel like doing it. You don't feel like making a painting. You don't feel like maybe making a you don't feel like working on your physical health, but you will have to do. If you want to master it, you have to do it. That is the cost you pay for mastering anything in this world. So there will be friends who will criticize you that you are not giving them time. There will be friends who will try to drag you down, who will talk behind your back, who will try to bring you to their level because they don't want to evolve, because they don't want to grow and work on any skill set or hobbies. They simply just want to gossip and just do random things. And that is fine. That is what they want to do. But you want to work on yourself. You want to grow. You want to master things. You want to be a better person. Then you have to focus on yourself. You have to let those people go. Let those toxic people go, because at the end of the day, they're just dragging you down. They are not helping you at all. And it is this particular like solitude of time when you will focus on your work. It can be like, maybe you want to be the best employee in your company. Maybe you want to have your own company. Maybe you want to like be the best artist, the best dancer, anything. You're focusing on this thing so deeply, like as if you're devoted yourself. There will be people who will be jealous of your devotion to your own passion. And these people will try to bring you down, distract you. But this solitude is literally your filter. Like, this solitude, if you can be here, it will filter out all the unnecessary toxic people from your life. It can be friends, even some family members or distant relatives. It will filter out everyone who is not meant to be in your life. And if there are people who stays in your life, it's like they are like gold, because they will understand you for who you are. They will be there for you. They are like silent supporters of you, and they are so much more valuable than all these like toxic people. And it's not, don't feel like, and also I've noted that personally sometimes I would feel like as if I'm taking people for granted. No, it's not about that. It's not taking anyone for granted, but making yourself a priority, making your goals and your ambitions and your passions as your priority. And I think they should also do it, but they don't have the devotion nor the dedication to do it. That's why they're just trying to distract you. And this process, like I said, it will filter out so many unnecessary people who don't belong in your life, and only the people who support you will stay. And you can ask yourself this question, okay, that if somebody was working on their goals and their passion, wouldn't you support them? Wouldn't you be their silent supporter? Wouldn't you encourage them? Or would you distract them that, oh, come on, come, like, why are you working so much? Why are you working on your project? Like, come and party with us. Like, or just let's go and hang out here and just, gossip about random stuff. Would you do that to your friend, or would you do that to your loved ones? If the answer is no, then why would you let someone else do this to you? Why would you let someone else distract you from your own goals? That's the question you have to answer yourself. And for me, I have decluttered and removed any person who distracts me, who pulls me down, who is jealous for my dedication and devotion to my goals, and because they are not worth our energy and our time. And those are the kind of sacrifices that we make. But I also feel that people who are leeching on you, people who are draining your energy, removing them and getting them out of your life is not a loss on your end. It's a win, because they were just draining your energy. So now you have all the energy for yourself and your goals. Yeah, so yeah, that is, I would say, right? So the summary of the video would be, first, that acknowledge your feeling. If you are feeling sad or irritated, nervous, if you don't want to do a task, just acknowledge that feeling, sit with it, but also acknowledge the fact of the benefits of doing a particular task. Like, sit with both the feelings, let them go, and do the task regardless. And then secondly, I would say that while doing the task, how you can enjoy it is just do it for 5 minutes, like just 5 minutes, and then go on from there. And the third one would be like, build a habit. Like, how to build a healthy habit is like, incorporate one thing at a time, do it slowly, remove the unnecessary stuff, and incorporate the healthy stuff slowly, so that you wouldn't feel overwhelmed. Now, the fourth one would be to give dedicated time to your task or your skill set in order to polish and master it. So 5 minutes a day ends up being so many minutes if you like multiply it to 365 days. 1 hour a day becomes like so many hours, and imagine like the amount of things you have accomplished in those 1 hours. And fifth one would be, just be tunnel visioned, and let the solitude of working on your goals be a filter for the toxic people. Let them go. They're not worth it. Let them go, and just be so devoted and dedicated to your goals that it filters out every single unnecessary toxic person in your life. And I think that is what I want to say. And I feel like it's a very long video, but I really wanted to talk about it. And this is how I actually live my life, using these points. And some, maybe it can be like extreme for some people, but it has really helped me. And I hope that these points would help you to be a better person, to grow better and develop yourself, learning new things, and overall also be like satisfied and happy in your own self and while working on your goals. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again in my next video. And yes, see you later. Thank you. Bye bye.